Hello everyone, my name is Hemlata Mediboina and today's topic is about conditional statements. What are conditional statements? Types of conditional statements, as well as we'll see the program execution also. Let's get started. What are conditional statements? Decision making is a key part of most programming languages. It allows programs to choose different actions depending on certain conditions. This is done using conditional statements. These are special instructions that let a program check if something is true or false and then run certain parts of the code based on the result. There are four types of conditional statements. First one is if statement, second one is if else statement, third one is nested if else statement, fourth one is if else statement. Now, let's start with the first one, that is if statement in Python. The if statement is used to make decisions in a program. It checks whether a condition is true, and if it is, the code inside the if block runs. This helps the program choose what to do based on certain conditions. How it works: if the condition is true, the code inside the if block runs. If the condition is false, Python skips the block. Let us understand the basic if statement with an example. I will take the variable as age is equals to, I'll initialize the value as 18. I'll write the if condition if age greater than or equal to 18. If condition is true, it will print as you are eligible to vote. Now let's save and execute this. It has printed the message you are eligible to vote because age is 18, thus making the condition true, which results in printing you are eligible to vote. When age falls below the condition, it becomes false. The next one is if else statement. The if else statement is a basic but powerful way to make decisions in a programming. It lets the program choose between two different actions based on whether a condition is true or false. If the condition is true, the code inside the if block runs. If the condition is false, the code inside the else block runs. This structure helps your program respond differently depending on the situation, making it more flexible and interactive. Let us understand if else statement with an example. I will take the variable age is equals to, I'll make use of the input function, taking input from the user, enter age. I'll write the if condition if age greater than or equal to 18. If so, it will print as you are eligible to vote. If the condition is false, it will print as you are not eligible to vote. Now let's save and execute this. I will enter the age as 20. It has printed the message you are eligible to vote. The if statement confirms whether the entered age exceeds 18 years. The program displays you are eligible to vote when the specified condition turns out to be true. I'll execute this once more. Now I will enter the age as 16. It has printed the message you are not eligible to vote because the condition evaluates to false, which indicates age lower than 18 years old. The program proceeds to display you are not eligible to vote. The third one is nested if else statement. A nested if else statement means putting one if else block inside another. This lets a program check more than one condition in a step by step way. This is useful when a decision depends on more than one condition. For example, you might first check if a user is logged in and then check if they have permission to access something. How it works: first, the outer if condition is checked. If it's true, then the inner if else block is checked. If the outer condition is false, the program skips the inner block and goes to the outer else. Now let us understand nested if else statement with an example. I will take variable as marks is equals to, I'll make use of the input function by taking input from the user, enter marks colon. I'll write the if condition if marks greater than equal to 40. It checks if the user got marks greater than or equal to 40. This is the outer if block. The inner if block, if marks greater than equal to 75, it will print as you passed with distinction, else. This is the inner else statement, else it will print as you passed the exam. This is the outer else block. It will print as you failed the exam. Now let's save and run it. I will enter the marks as 80. It has print you passed with distinction. The outer if block examines if the marks exceed 40, which indicates passing status. The program uses the inner if condition to confirm if marks exceed 75. If so, it prints you passed with distinction. The code inside the inner else block runs when the marks are higher than 40 but less than 75. So it prints the message as you passed the exam. I will execute it once more. I will enter the marks as 35. It has print you failed the exam. Why? Because when student marks fall below 40, the outer else statement activates to display you failed the exam. And the last one is if elif else statement. Elif stands for else if. The if elif else structure is used when a program needs to check more than two possible conditions. It allows the program to go through multiple options and pick the one that matches. Now, how it works: the program starts by checking the if condition. If it's true, it runs that block of code and skips the rest. If it's false, it checks the elif, that is, else if condition one by one. If none of the conditions are true, the else block runs by default. This is useful when there are several possible outcomes, but only one block should be executed. Let us understand if elif else statement through an example. I will take marks as a variable. Equals to, I'll make use of the input function by taking input from the user, enter marks if marks greater than equal to 85, it will print as grade A. Elif marks greater than equal to 65, it will print as grade B. Elif marks greater than equal to 50, it will print as grade C. Elif marks greater than equal to 33, it will print as grade D. Else, this is the default statement, else it will print as grade F. Now let's save and execute this. I will enter the marks as 90. It has print grade A. The first conditional statement verifies whether the marks reach or exceed 85. The program displays grade A. When the statement evaluates to true, it will display grade B if the marks exceed 65 while failing the previous condition. Under the second elif statement, the code verifies whether the student received marks between 50 and 64 to display grade C. The program uses another elif condition to evaluate marks that exceed 33 before printing grade D. The program executes the else block and displays grade F if all the condition criteria fail to match.